today I have Arlyne here from Roots to Fruits. And so Arlyne, let's just get straight into it. So if you could tell the people what you do, who you serve, and why you do it.
Yes. So thank you for the introduction. Excited to be here. Arlyne, I am the founder of Roots to Fruits, which is a financial education platform. So we support individuals and business owners in managing their finances. I am an accountant, qualified accountant. So that's where we pull in the business support, because a lot of founders we found, you have an idea, but you don't know quite how to make sure that idea succeeds.
Yeah.
So we've been supporting them, and we also support individuals with managing money in terms of how to budget, how to save, how to align your goals with your finances essentially. So yeah, that's a little bit about Roots to Fruits, but we'll get into detail a little bit more later. But who do we serve, you asked?
Yeah.
So we support individuals that are really I've graduated now. I might be starting a family in that adulting stage, but you're not quite sure exactly how to go about certain things. So yes, I find that stage where you're meant to understand certain things. You're meant to understand all the interest rates fluctuations, but you just need someone to explain it to you.
Same from like age range from like, I don't know, 25 onwards. Okay.
Yes. Now you're thinking about making the right financial decisions. Yes, that kind of stage in life.
Okay. And so why did you decide to set up this platform? Is it an online, is it an app, is it a website? What's the platform, and why did you decide to set it up?
So it is a little bit like a community / platform really. It is online. We also have in-person events. We are hoping to get an app, but I'm sure we'll get into kind of the challenges around that later on today. Why did I set up Roots to Fruits? It was actually in the pandemic. I saw that quite a lot of people found it difficult to handle the uncertainties at that point. People being on furlough, or some people actually were earning quite a lot of money and saving a lot of money and wanted to find out.
They weren't traveling to work and stuff, yeah.
Not traveling to work, not traveling anywhere. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people saved quite a lot of money and they wanted to know what to do with it. So it's not just the people that were in a bad situation. There were also a lot of winners from the pandemic, and they wanted to know what to do next. So we started really organically online, on Zoom sessions really, where we'll just jump on, talk about a certain subject. Maybe 1 week it's about how to fix your credit score, and then the other week, what is a credit score, and then the next one, how to save and how to set goals. What does this mean in the financial market? So yeah, that's where it started, and the road to it becoming an actual business and hiring employees has been a little bit of a long one, because I thought it was just going to be not even a side hustle. I wasn't charging anything. At that point, it was just something to do. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, so you weren't charging, you were just giving out free information and advice?
Free sessions, yeah. Free advice. Just post some things on Instagram. So yeah, I guess that's why it took a long time, because I was doing quite well in my career as an accountant. So I didn't really see myself stepping out as a business owner. But a couple of years in, then I thought there's a real need for what I'm doing. Yeah. How can I commercialize it? By building a platform, by having partnerships. And that's what led me here.
Okay, so you started in the pandemic. So that was what, 2020?
4 years ago.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, and you were still working as an accountant.
Yes.
So at what stage did you think, okay, I can leave my accountancy job full time and then go into growing Roots to Fruits?
Yes, so it took a very long time. So in 2021, I did a program for GiveGaff, who I was working for at that point. Okay. We did a quarter of financial well-being in the workplace. So I set up quite a lot in terms of the content that I could do. So that just sat there for a minute, because that was 2021, I believe. And then up until 2022, I did an accelerator program just to understand how I could commercialize Roots to Fruits.
What program was that one?
It was with Vantage. Vantage offer, I think, insurance programs, products, as well as, they're in the finance industry, and they wanted to support female founders.
Oh, wow.
So we did an accelerator, I think it was 8 weeks. It was quite good.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
So when I did that, that's when I thought, okay, I need to structure the business in this way. So that really helped to then think of Roots to Fruits as a company. So in end of 2022, start of 2023, I gave myself targets in terms of once I reach this, that's when I can quit my job. So it was financial targets. Once I am earning 80% of my income that I was already on,
okay.
Then
through Roots to Fruits.
Through Roots to Fruits. Then we know I'm actually going to, survive on it. And then another target was actually seeing traction in the form of clients just organically reaching out to me rather than me reaching out to them. And as well as the amount of speaking jobs that I'm invited to. So I set myself those targets, and by October, I was starting to see it, and by November, I'd left my job.
November 23?
23 last year.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes.
Oh.
So I've been doing Roots to Fruits for nearly 6 months now, full time.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So just going back to the Accelerator program that you mentioned, so Vantage. So as part of that 8-week training, was there a chance to maybe pitch to investors and things like that? How did that Accelerator program work?
Yeah, it was really great. So the end of the program, 5 founders would have been picked to then pitch to investors that are actually ready to invest a certain amount. So it was great because during that program, we revisited our pitch decks. Those that didn't even have a pitch deck could create it, and a lot of other things, understanding your market, market traction, understanding the law side of things, making sure that you are SEIS, so then you can attract the right investment, or EIS as well. So there was loads within that program, which was fantastic. And then the cherry on top really is that you could pitch if you were ready.
Right, yeah.
Myself, we weren't ready because at that point, I was just trying to see where it could go.
Okay.
But it really helped to accelerate as an accelerator program.
Yeah, no, I'm finding that because I was speaking to other people as well on the podcast, and they've done accelerator programs, been able to pitch and got funding.
Yeah.
So I think that does seem a viable way for startups or side hustlers or new business owners to get funding. And as part of the hustle, so I've got a funding directory where I've got just listing all funding sources, mainly targeted at underrepresented founders, also women entrepreneurs as well. But there is still stuff for the guys, don't worry. And accelerator programs, because I've seen that and learning from other people that it's not just about pitching to VCs, and obviously VCs are looking for generally a certain type of business. Usually tech does quite well with VCs, but
or healthcare as well.
Oh yeah, healthcare, biotech, healthcare, that's true. So so I've got the funding directory alongside to supplement this, and there's a few accelerator programs in there. So that will be coming out soon. So the link will be below. So make sure you sign up to that. It's free, so it's all there for you.
I've already signed up, so
yes.
Brilliant, thank you.
No, that's fine. Okay, so you did the Vantage Accelerator program, and that helped you get more commercially savvy. And you said clients came to you organically, but how did that happen? How did it grow?
So we've had a website from day dot, really. I had a friend of mine that helped with that, so that was great. So there's always been that present. We've had social media from the start, but actually I started to post a lot more in 2023, had some support from a social media manager, we'll call her. She really supported that point. So then visibility in the digital space helped. LinkedIn is amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to ask about which social platforms are the best, because some people, everyone talks about Instagram, but I think It depends with Instagram. It's not
who you find.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like you need to find your right audience. But yes, no, LinkedIn is really good because someone just sees what you're talking about and then maybe DMs, or at least they're aware of you now. There's a little bit more professionalism. So then if they see an ad, then they're more likely to kind of click on it. So that was really fantastic. But another thing that we started to do in 2023 was more in-person events.
Right.
Yes, so I'd been a panelist at the UK Black Business Show. I was also a panelist last year, which was a collaboration with HSBC, which is really, really good, just talking about how to budget. So I think me being in these spaces also helped in terms of credibility, in terms of, oh, okay, I've seen you before. So then that's just to highlight that digital is fantastic, but in person also speaks more volumes.
Yeah, it's quite powerful. And I think a lot of people maybe have forgotten the power of in person because we had the lockdown and everyone went online, and it was seen that, well, you can survive, online, but no, in
if
person.
You get like loads of followers, 1 million followers, that's what you need to survive. But actually, once you meet someone in person, they're more likely to answer your email rather than they've seen you on social media.
That's true. Yeah, because they've seen. Yeah, that is true, because you've built that rapport, isn't it? So that's a good point. And so with these collaborations, like you said, you did the UK Black Business Show and HSBC. How did that come about?
I mean, it's contacts. So from scaling it all the way back, the first UK Black Business Show, it was just speaking to one of the kind of execs at that point. He used to work there, and then we just had a bit of rapport. He talked to me about what the program was going to be in October. That was the London one, and they have a finance day. They needed a moderator, so I put my hand up, and I am a Women in Leadership ambassador for CIMA. So I like talking about getting more women into the finance industry, so that kind of aligned. So that's where it really started off. And I've been working with Foundervine as well, with their programs that they do, really great programs. Speaking of Accelerator programs. Yeah. So
some of those are in the funding directory as well,
Brilliant. So I did a little bit of work with them. Again, where did I meet them? At a networking event. Just got to talking. Oh, what do you do? I'm the program manager at Foundervine. Oh, fantastic. This is what I talk about as well. So then somehow we then connect. Keep on talking, connect on LinkedIn first of all, and then also email each other. Now it's more people just seeing that I've worked with XYZ, and then they'll invite me to something.
Right, so you've built that reputation. They say, oh, you worked at HSBC, you have Black Business Show. So then, you've built that reputation, and obviously online as well, LinkedIn. So, and we met at a networking event.
Exactly.
So, just organically,
and look at us now.
Financial wellness.
Yes.
So what exactly is that for people who don't know? What is financial wellness?
So it is really a term to say that if you're not financially secure, that's heavily linked to your mental health, which we all know. So having financial wellness, I know wellness has become a buzzword, but it's to think of it as a holistic thing and a long-term thing as well. So you don't feel like I've got financial freedom. That's like an end date. Once you pay off your debt, I'm free, that's done. I don't have to think of finances. Whereas financial wellness is like a long-term thing. It's your whole life where you want to feel like if there's any uncertainties, I can manage it. I'm planning for my retirement. I'm planning for my big goals. That's where that wellness, holistic view comes from.
Right, okay. Okay, and do you mainly focus on, is it personal finances you help people with, or is it business owners or entrepreneurs who are trying to maybe balance their personal and business finances, or side hustlers who want to transition? Do you help people in different stages of life?
Yes, exactly. We support people that are just an individual. I'm in my career. I just want to understand XYZ. Support them. We support people that have side hustles, if that's where they're at, and they want some help with their self-assessments and just understanding how tax is calculated between them working full-time and also working on the side. How do I tell the government about that, and how do I make sure I'm managing my tax properly? So that's that person. And then business owners as well, through to before they've got an accountant to support them in the business. We can help them with that. And also quite a lot of my business owners want to discuss their personal finances as well.
So what makes Roots to Fruits different from another sort of personal finance or financial wellness coaching service?
Yes, so it's the approach really. We've had really great feedback from people that have attended sessions or coaching as well. It's speaking to people with respect, giving them all the information that they need without overwhelming them. And then also it is the approach to, I use the same approach that I did working in corporate. When I'm speaking to the business kind of budget holder, we're using day-to-day terms so that they can understand. They don't walk away thinking that was just so much financial jargon, I have no idea, because that's the problem right now. There's all the information, so people don't need to. They could just Google it, but it's just someone that could explain it in simple terms. Yes. So that's what we do, and that's the feedback that we've had that's really great. So we want to make sure that that's translated in everything that we do.
Where do you see the business in the next maybe 2 to 5 years, and how will you be able to grow the business or scale the business?
We've hired a couple of people already, so that's fantastic. Not full-time, but still that's more people supporting the business, which is really great. So in a couple of years, we expect a team that could support all the functions within the business to make sure that nothing is lacking. So that's the people side of things. In terms of revenue as well, we've got some projections that are realistic, but also could sustain the team too. So we'd like to grow there. So hopefully by then it could be £1 million business in terms of revenue, and in terms of profit we might have to look at that into how that looks, because if you want to grow you have to keep on investing. So that's what I view. I think we can get there organically based on the products that we already have, or through grants. Grants would be fantastic, but right now not looking to release equity until it has really gotten to a stage where we can get a really good chunk. So I think we still need to invest in the business, invest in the digital infrastructure and in people to be able to then go to investors and ask for serious funding. So right now we've got a program actually that we are going to launch, so I hope it's okay for me to share this.
Please do.
So it's called the 10,000 People Program, where for 12 months, it was meant to be for 2024, but that's okay, things delay.
Everything happens at the right time.
So for 12 months we will be supporting 10,000 people, but in order to do that we need the right commercial partners. So we've reached out to different partners in terms of can they provide a certain amount so that we can support people for free on these programs, all while building the infrastructure to be able to service more people. So it is great for those companies because it looks good for the CSR, their targets. It's great for us because we're also tweaking our processes, and it's great for our customers because they're getting great support but for free.
Oh, that's really good. Like you said, 'cause I was going to ask, how do you encourage the big corporates to get involved or to give money so that then you can help people for free? But you were saying it helps with their CSR. Can you just break down what is CSR for people who might not know?
Yes, so it stands for Corporate Social Responsibility. So it's really just we've been holding corporations to account for a while now in terms of how do they look, what are they doing for the community, for the environment, or all of those things outside of just the profit margins. And quite a lot of, if you're a large company and you're submitting your financial statements, you also need to have a statement in terms of what else are you doing to support people, even your employees. So that could be a thing that they can add on there. That we also are taking part in the 10,000 people program, where we want to support, people with managing during this, massive crisis that we're going through. So yeah, that's the win-win-win.
Okay, great. That's okay. And are most of these corporate partners, because you're in the finance space, are they finance corporate partners, or are you casting it a bit wider?
Yeah, we've cast the net quite wide. It could be businesses that might not look like they care about people's financial well-being or health and well-being, so they want to kind of start to do that. So I'm not going to name certain businesses, but it could be those that want to give back. Yeah, where maybe their practices might look like they haven't been helping people. That could be an aspect that they can show that they are.
Okay, great. I mean, everything sounds like it's been going swimmingly and so well. But we all know that the road to the entrepreneur life, the road to business success is never straightforward or easy. Or maybe for some people it is, you never know. But so what would you say, what maybe lessons have you learned from your journey? And if there was someone who was starting out, maybe doing something as a side hustle, what advice would you give to them?
Yes, I think first thing is to follow your intuition, follow your gut in terms of when you genuinely feel like it's time to start the business. So some people might over-research and never start.
Analysis paralysis. I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Or some people don't research at all, and then they jump into it and then they lose everything. So it's just go with your gut, don't second guess yourself, because I think not going for it and you're doing research, you're in your head rather than going with I should probably start now. To relate to that, what I did was I gave myself reasons to kind of go for things. I knew I was going to be a business owner, I think a year or two in.
Okay.
But for me to go for it, I had to convince myself, because my gut was like, I can't just jump in. I need to make sure that I've got a safety net. Okay. So then that's what I then did. So listen to kind of your intuition. Yeah.
So when you say you knew you were going to be a business owner, is that you wanted to, or you had this idea?
I had this idea, yes. I had this idea. I knew that I could survive, but this question was about challenges, right? And walking away from a career that I'd worked really hard to kind of get to that level was pretty difficult. It had to be worth it.
Yeah.
And there is a massive kind of, not a cushion, but yeah, if you don't quite finish your work, if you're working for someone, then you can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But as a business owner, if you're the be-all end-all, or okay, you've got a couple other people supporting, but if you don't do it, then it's not going to be done. So there's a difference there. So there's a little bit of time pressures and working long hours that I really didn't. I thought it would come, but I didn't expect how intense it would be.
Right.
And how much, if you don't believe in yourself, other people really won't. It's all on you as a business owner. You're not going to be saved.